shortly. 3 minutes back to Kevin, much more with the weather story. In the meantime, a growing number of students with special needs, they're finding a home in Cincinnati public schools.
Yeah, so as the number of students with autism grows, parents are finding more options. And WLWT News' Andrew Setters has a look at how students are thriving in smaller classrooms geared toward them.
The Mount Washington School is one of the schools in the Cincinnati Public School District that has specialized structured classrooms for kids on the autism spectrum.
Give each other a high five.
And I think the school has really done a great job of supporting them in every way they need to.
For Ronnie, Beck's son, CJ, and Kevin, the structured classrooms at Mount Washington School have been the answer.
Ben, where did you find your answer?
We looked at some private opportunities as well, and after a lot of evaluation, we actually came to Mount Washington School in Cincinnati Public.
The structured classrooms help students cope who couldn't otherwise be in a traditional classroom.
Kevin, we'll wait your turn.
He has a hard time staying seated when all the other students are being seated, and oftentimes, I mean, some of these sound like typical challenges with kids, but these are challenges sometimes on steroids.
The clothes have special zippers too.
Over about 15 years, the number of structured classrooms in the district has grown from 2 to more than 30. They span more than a dozen buildings, serving kids of all ages.
Maybe, yes.
Students also get access to specialized classrooms for occupational and physical therapy. The district is working to serve kids with all kinds of different needs.
Because everybody's unique and everyone has gifts, and one of our jobs is really to identify what those gifts are and to make sure they get the services they need in order to be successful.
They have passion for teaching, not only academically but socially, and they do it with compassion, and so it's an easy place for our kids to learn.
While there are about 600 children that Cincinnati Public Schools have identified as having autism for their educational needs, most of them spend their days in mainstream classrooms. Only about 1/3 of them wind up in structured classrooms like the ones here at Mount Washington School. Andrew Setters, WLWT News 5.
So the district's autism support team wants to make sure these kids remain part of the typical campus life with structured classrooms in 4 high schools. The focus is really increasing on independent living and job skills as the kids move towards graduation.
All right, so weather now, and we're getting